This is not clickbait news, dear viewer. A bullet train to connect São Paulo and Rio is finally leaving the drawing board. Want to understand what the heck I'm talking about? Right after the intro, of course. Hello guys, how you all doing? Have you imagined being able to travel from São Paulo to Rio or vice versa on board a bullet train? It might sound a bit far-fetched, I agree with you, but what if I told you this is a 16-year-old idea at least? The first project for a Brazilian bullet train connecting the two most famous cities in the country started still during the second mandate of President Lula back in 2007 and extended to his successor's mandate, President Dilma Rousseff. She promised the train would be in activity for the World Cup in 2014, but as Brazilians know quite well, believing in politicians can be a bit disappointing, to put it mildly. Well, the story of the Brazilian bullet train has returned to the Brazilian media recently, and I even asked myself, why the heck are they talking about the bullet train again? I thought it was something buried in the past, right? So this was so old news. Apparently, the bullet train project is returning with new configuration and conditions. Wanna know what they are exactly? Subscribe to the channel first and help your friends Mark Saint and Brad Zuka produce more and more content around here. You guys know we are producing 3 videos a week. It's a big challenge for my busy schedule. So please help me by subscribing to the channel. Smash this like button, okay? To help us have relevance on this realm of YouTube, so please do it. Remember to visit us on Instagram right here. This is the profile of the channel. We also have a profile right here with Brazilian Portuguese tips. So you want to learn Brazilian Portuguese? You gotta visit Portuguese with Mark Saint also on Instagram. Do you feel I'm such a great person and I deserve much more? So support us on Patreon. Our link is in the description of the video. Go there and choose among the 3 plans that we have for you. Okay, for your support, you're gonna receive extra content and everything. Still think you can do better? Send me jewels, watches, cars, cameras, whatever you want. Okay guys, bullshit apart, let's get back to the video. TAV Brazil, or TAV Brazil, a company created to bring to reality the construction of a high-speed train connecting Rio and São Paulo, is already negotiating with major contractors to finally get the ball rolling, guys. Can't believe this is happening. The negotiation includes talks with big companies that have an expertise in this kind of project, of course. Companies from Spain and China, for example, which is a big change in everything compared to what we had 16 years ago. We had nothing 16 years ago, to be honest. Just an idea in the hands of politicians, right? So the project back then was in the hands of the government and considered only national companies in the construction. The project nowadays, guys, is 100% in the hands of the private sector. Things got even more serious and gave us hope, I'm going to confess, when the project got the green light from the ANTT, or Agência Nacional de Transportes Terrestres in Portuguese. In English, the Terrestrial Transportation National Agency. Free translation, of course. Still comparing the current project with the one back in 2007, one of the biggest changes is that the original project considered stations inside the two cities. So we would have a station in São Paulo and a station inside Rio. There would be 20 kilometers or 12.4 miles of tunnels inside the city of São Paulo. That won't happen anymore, guys, since they are planning to finish the route in the region of Pirituba, on the outskirts of the city of São Paulo. Now, when you go to the Rio side, the route will end in Santa Cruz, and from there to the downtown area of Rio, passengers would access through urban trains, that is, 34 stations to the central area of Rio. I think it's really much, to be honest. Another big difference between the original project and the current one is the number of stops during the journey from one city to another. Dilma's project planned to build 8 stations throughout 400 kilometers, or 248 miles. The new project will only have 4 stops: São Paulo, São José dos Campos, Volta Redonda, and finally the city of Rio. And you will be able to choose between trips with the stops or trips totally without them. The route will be a little shorter though, 378 kilometers or 234 miles, and it will take 1.5 hours for the whole trip to be complete, with the train traveling at the maximum speed of 350 kilometers per hour or 217 miles per hour. Wow, just wow. TAV Brazil signed the contract with ANTT last March 1st, and will have the right to build and explore the bullet train commercially for the period of 99 years. Of course, there will be a period for studies that includes environmental impacts, financial funding for the project to leave the drawing board. I know all that. They estimate that the whole project will cost around 50 billion reais, being 72 or 80% of that amount financed in long-term contracts of 25 to 30 years. TAV is expected to negotiate with as many banks as possible to make the project feasible, and that includes the brand new NDB, the New Development Bank, or the BRICS Bank if you will. For those who don't know, BRICS is an economic bloc composed of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. What do I think of it? It's about time to have a bullet train between São Paulo and Rio. Actually, in my opinion, we should have more trains to other routes as well, for going to the countryside, for going interstate. I think trains are a great idea. I know our topography here in Brazil is kind of hilly, but there's a way to go through the hill, so no problem. The only thing that disappoints me about this project, guys, is the fact that they are not extending the final stations to the big cities. This is ridiculous in my opinion. If you're going to spend 50 billion reais, spend a little bit more and expand to inside the cities. Imagine being able to go to Luz Station, a great central station here in São Paulo, in the downtown area, to the central station of Rio in something like 2 hours. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, I don't understand why Brazilians do that. If you're doing something, do a great job and do it complete. The same happened to the airport train, because it doesn't get to the wings, it doesn't get to the airport itself. It gets a little distance, so you need to pick up a shuttle bus to get inside the airplane. I hate these things. Why not taking the train to inside the area of the airport? It would be amazing, you know? But okay, at least we're gonna have a bullet train. But I wanna know your opinion. What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good idea to have a bullet train that goes from Rio to São Paulo? Would you take it if you came to Brazil? I wanna hear everything. Leave your comment, leave your opinion. It really matters around here. I read all your opinions and they are important. Okay, Mark, I want to know more about trains in Brazil. All right, so if you're landing in São Paulo and you would like to go from the airport to the downtown area, I have this video here to suggest for you to access and for you to learn how to pick up the train so you don't have to pay very much in a taxi. And I have this train for the way back, okay? So if you want to go from the downtown area to the airport by train, access this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Remember, we're having 3 videos a week. This is the second one, and they all come out Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Don't forget, so I'll see you on Friday at 5. May God allow. Thank you very much. Don't forget to smash the like button, to leave your comment, and also to subscribe. Thank you, guys.